Alright, welcome back, reborning moms and dads and curious onlookers. We have now put baby Amanda in the oven for the first time, and she sat there for 8 minutes for each set. I don't remember if I said that or not. And right now you can see her color is getting a little bit more true. Now we're going to do the bluing session where I take blue paint, and you don't take a lot, just a little bit, and if you can see the edges, it looks almost clear, and that's what you're looking for. Put it right there. If you can see it, it looks almost like watercolor consistency, and that is truly enough to get this whole bluing process done for this baby. So what we do is we take this is our mixing brush, and then we take another brush, and that one is we're going to use to mix in a little red, which I've already pre-done. This is going to be our back of the nail brush. I'll explain that in a little bit. And this is going to be our veining brush right here, and I'll explain that as well. And this is a sponge I've already plucked with my handy dandy tweezers to make little craters, because we don't have straight edges on our bodies, so you don't want your doll to have straight edges. I've already molted and did the limbs and stuff for one limb rather. Did the veins and stuff for one limb. And they're very light because we don't have dark veins and stuff, so you don't want your baby to have dark veins. Let me see if I can get it a little bit clearer. And you can barely make out her veins, which is perfect. And when we put the other two colors on, other two coats of color on her, you're gonna barely see them. And if you see her hand, you can barely see hints of blue, and that's pretty much all you want. I did end up molting her a little bit, very lightly. I don't want her to look like she have dark blotches, so we'll see what que sera sera. Hopefully it'll blend under her skin the way I want it to. So now we're going to take our next limb, and I'll go ahead and do that on cam for you so that you can see the process in action. This is her little foot. And what we'll do first is I'm going to set you down so I can actually work, and then we'll get started, okay? Alright, so the first thing we want to do is mix our color up a little bit more. And then we want to take our little spongy and get it nice and wet with the blue. Be generous, because what you're going to do is try to moat this whole limb, and it's a pretty long limb. And then we dry it off a little bit so that it's still wet, but it's not. And we go to the bottom of her foot and we lightly dab it. Just dab, 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 dab. All you're trying to create is that undertone of veins that show up on people. And we do the same thing on the other side, and we kind of dab, 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 quickly dab, and it's great. We're gonna dab till it goes dry, and that should probably be enough molting. If I was doing a Caucasian baby, we would do it a little bit different, as I would put more of the blue going all the way up the limb, because their skin is a little clearer, so you can see straight through it, and the veins look really nice. I mean, the molting looks really nice under their skin. It gives it a more alive appearance. When you're doing veins, you take your thin brush, the thinner the better, and you mix it in the paint, and then you dry it almost. And then you become the artist at this point, because you take light strokes. I'm gonna see if I can get it on cam without messing up. And you put them veins right where you want them. And what I do is I molt first, and then I look at the molting and I accentuate the ones where it looks like, that could have been a vein. And I make my veins that way. And veining is makes your paint really dark, so you want to make sure you take your time, put it on, and then make sure you're drying it off, so that when it dries, you'll see when it dries, when I finish heat setting this, it's going to look very dark, it's going to look darker than what it looks now, because the blue is going to pop out just the same way that brown did. It looked kind of light, and then when we put it in the oven, it looked really kind of blue. The veins will do the same. It looks kind of brown, I mean, and the veins will do the same thing. Find you some vein spots here. See a nice little vein there. A little vein. I don't know if you can see how well you can see it on cam. So we put the little vein there. And we'll put another little rogue vein going this way. Just, it's kind of like your world. You put it wherever you feel you see them. And I think I see one here. So we'll put a little one there. Not a big one. And if it doesn't show up, I wouldn't be mad if it doesn't show up, because we really don't. I see it and I don't. So like I said, this is when it's your creative. It's your world. All you really want to do is make a hint of a vein. Now, like I said, we're going to do a different thing to her feet. We're going to take some red, the blushing red. We're going to add some of the blue, and we're going to mix that in. And we're going to make this weird looking purple color. And if you look on the bottom of your nails, you'll see a bluish tint right at the end of your nails. And we're going to create that on this little kid. So we're going to take each one of her nails and make that little hint of blue. I'm coming off cam. I'll be right back. So I can see it. And you don't have to actually do all the nails if you don't feel like it's not going to be effective. And then you dry it. And what you have is the beginning part of her nail. And you probably can't see it that well on the cam, but she has just a hint of blue on her nails. So she now has her veining and her molting on her foot, and she also has it on her hand. And I'm going to do the same thing for the other foot and hand. And then we're going to heat set this little lady one more time, and if I have enough time, I'll go ahead and do the red part next. Alright, I thank you for tuning in, and I don't know why Amanda's passed out. She's like, oh, it was kind of hot in the oven. But anyway, so we're gonna let Amanda get ready to get heated up one more time, and then we will do the red part of the molting. And I get to show you some of the little tricks of the trade with the red paint as well. We'll do start her lip layers and all that kind of stuff. And happy reborn morning. Hopefully we'll get that next video in, and have a great day. As always, hit your like and subscribe button if you haven't, and we'll see you next time.